Wendy, welcome to the men's room.
Well, hello.
Hola.
Hola.
Voila. So why were you running?
Well, I wasn't the runner, but my friends were. We all decided to change a drive-in sign from Hunt for Red October to
A C-bomb?
changing that first letter with a C. Correct.
Okay.
All right, for Red October.
I mean,
All right, okay.
that is
That's kind of
childish.
funny, yeah.
That is inappropriate, but I love the
I
spirit.
would go see that movie.
Yes.
Yeah, I would too. And so the
Also,
cops came and-
can I say something else?
Yep.
If you had one more C in your bank there, see, October could be different too, you see.
Oh, we weren't done.
All right, okay, all right. I'm
We
just
did
saying.
get interrupted by the police, which is when the friends ran. We had plans for some other things on there, but yeah. And then as they ran off, the cop, of course, came, and I had the H in my hand. And I guess back then the scanners, the local newspapers would also go where the police were. So I had a photographer there as well from the local newspaper. And it was quite the memory.
What was your parents' response to this, being that you got all this additional press?
Well, we didn't tell the old parents until much later, and they probably would have left anyway.
So did you run and they gave you chase?
I did not run. I was stuck up on top of the damn platform.
Holding the H.
Did you try to tell them, hey, somebody put this nasty word up here, but lucky me, I found an H, and I'm going to switch it back?
Yeah, I told him I was practicing to be Vanna, but listen, the cop thought it was so funny. He's like, I wish I'd have thought of it when I was younger. I'd have done it myself. So.
Well, good. Where was this? Where'd you grow up?
Kitsap County, Bremerton area.
Okay, all right.
And what is the punishment for changing Hunts to something much funnier?
What is the what?
Punishment.
That I don't know, and we didn't get that far because he was literally laughing at it. So
Really?
yeah, it was. Yeah, he
So
thought
they
it was
basically
great.
just said, like, stop it. That was pretty much it.
He didn't even say that. He just literally thought if he'd have done it himself, if he would have thought about it when he was young. So it was a pretty fun experience, all in all.
Did you ever get to see that movie?
Later in my life.
I would just say that actually is a very good movie.
It is a good
If you ever
movie,
get a
yes.
chance to watch it, I know you were younger then, but
I was watching part of it the other day.
Of course you are.
Yeah, it was on. I was like, it's a good
it's
movie.
one of those movies where it's kind of hard not to watch when it's on.
Yeah.
Plus, I'm a sucker for Tom Clancy.
What
And
was
Sean Connery.
What was the
Come on.
most memorable? And a young Alec Baldwin.
I mean, Tom Clancy's one of the few authors that I'll read.
You'll
Just
take the time to actually read his book?
correct.
Yeah.
for fun.
It's almost like he should be an author or something. Yeah, I mean,
Why else
he's
would you
got
read
it
a
on
book?
lock.
Why else would you read a book?
No, I know what you're
know,
saying,
it's
but
just
he's-
For instruction.
Well, I mean, look, I'll be dead honest. In my adult life, I probably read 5 or 6 books total that weren't
Right.
high school related.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm just saying, like, Clear and Present Danger. Like, I saw the movie, I was like, I'm gonna read the book.
There you go.
What was the most memorable reason you were running? 206-803-ROCK.
Why are you running? Why are you running?
What is that from?
That's a meme that's gone around. I have no idea what it's from, but there's some TV show or movie or something like that where it's this gal's like halfway running, this dude gets out of the car.
Why are you running?
Look.
Why are you running?
Look, it's a fair question. If we stepped outside and someone was running full sprint, not in running gear, down the street, like sprinting, we're like, uh-oh, what just happened?
That's like,
Why is that guy running?
But even then, like, if you rob a bank, right, and you don't have a getaway vehicle, rob it as a jogger, because if you run by the cops, but you look like you're a runner, I don't say anything. Now, dressed as I am right now, if I went sprinting down the street, I would get stopped.
Wasn't there
Certain
someone
way.
who basically told a cop that he was jogging because he was out there jogging? He was running from the cops, but he did.
Oh, but he told the cops that he's
No,
just jogging.
but they just assume he's like, dude, I'm just jogging. They're like, okay, man, no problem.
Huh.
Oh yeah, that actually happened. I can't remember what that guy did, but that was his getaway.
But he did actually do
he
something.
actually did. I don't know if he did it intentionally or he was dressed that way. Yeah.
I mean, I also think sometimes you just see other people running, you start running.
It depends. If it's a panicked run, maybe. It
Yeah.
depends how many people are running. All right. If I walk out on the street, one person runs by, and obviously it's kind of up to no good. Someone is chasing him, or he has an emergency. Right? If 40 people are running full tilt, I might just follow suit and run with them. Right? Because you just know there's something bad back.
If you're like walking into a grocery store, there's just
And
people,
everyone's
everybody's
running
running
out.
out.
Yeah.
You're like, yeah, I'm not going in.
I'm going to leave. If one person's running out, you're like shoplifter.
Trip them.
Actually, the last time I went to a full sprint, we were in the car. My wife and I are in the car. It is rush hour traffic. We just finished the show, and we get a text from my daughter. And all the text says is, help. And I don't care who you are as a parent, this is now a nightmare scenario. So I'm trying to call her back. She's not answering the phone. Both of us are texting her back. There's no response. So I'm freaking out in the car. Traffic is what traffic is. So we get close to my exit. And I live close enough to the exit. It's close. But just the way traffic was, I'm like, I'm jumping out of the effing car here, run up I-5, cut through these bushes, hop a fence, and I sprint all the way home. I'm a smoker, and I'm old. It's maybe 7 years ago, right? So my daughter's about 8 years old. And again, all it says is help. I run into the house. My adrenaline's going. I find my daughter, and she's sitting at the dining room table eating Oreos. And I'm like, oh, my God, are you okay? She's like, yeah, what's up? I'm like, you sent me a text that said help. She's like, oh, I needed help opening the Oreos.
Yep.
Wow. I stared at her for like 5 seconds, and I said, listen to me.
Jeez, you're freaking me out.
Wait until we effing get home. Clearly, we are not here to help you open a pack of effing Oreos, okay? And she doesn't understand why I'm so upset. And I said, when you send us a text that says help, when we text your ass back, you make sure you text us back if it's about opening the Oreos. She's like, well, I didn't need to text you back because I got the Oreos open. I'm like, you're missing my entire point.
That's right.
I understand that you succeeded at your goal. I'm like, baby, if you ever send the words help and then there's an all clear, everything is good, you need to let us know. Then she's like, why are you out of breath? I'm like, I just ran from the freeway and jumped over a fence to get home because I thought you needed help. And, of course, my daughter being my daughter. Well, I did, but I got the Oreos open. I'm like, you're missing all of this. You're missing the whole frickin' point.
Here's the story I was telling you about. Convicted murderer able to sweet talk his way past a police officer out of breaking out of prison.
Murderer?
Yeah. Richard Lee McNair, imprisoned after murdering one man and shooting a second man 4 times during a botched robbery. This is back in '87. McNair was sentenced to 2 life sentences for murder, attempted murder, in addition to a 30-year prison sentence for burglary. Now, following his incarceration, he became known for his ability to escape and elude capture. The first escape took place in 1988, and he used lip balm as a lubricant to squeeze out of his handcuffs. The second came 4 years later in 1992, when the Oklahoma-born convict crawled out of prison through a ventilation duct. He subsequently dyed his hair blonde and almost evaded a capture for a year, but he was apprehended in New York after 10 months. His most infamous escape happened 14 years later, in which an interaction he had with police officers during the time was captured on a cop car dash cam. He was able to convince the officer he was simply out for a jog, despite the policeman being aware that there had been a prison escape in the local area.
Come on, man.
So he acted like a jogger,
Come on.
and the police went, okay.
Yeah, I heard about that too.
They have video of it, and they let his ass go. He was eventually caught again.
All right.
What was the most memorable reason you were running? 206-803-ROCK.
Hello, Jay. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola, Bichola.
Hola.
So I was new to the California area, moved from New York. Was dating this girl. I was about 17. Got invited over to her house. They were having a little party, and her parents were supposedly away for the night. Well, I didn't know if her parents were actually in their bedroom. Me and her were smoking a little weed, drinking a little bit. We were naked in the hot tub out back, kind of scooted away from everybody. We're having a little fun. Her dad came busting through a sliding glass window with what I only knew at the time was a giant silver pistol.
Oh.
I bolted up out of the hot tub as quick as possible, hopped the fence. He gave chase to me. It was about 2 or 3 blocks before he stopped chasing me, but then I was naked running around this neighborhood. Now, keep in mind, I am a pale dude. I'm powder. I'm pretty sure when I'm naked at night, I'm reflective. So it was difficult for me to hide. And luckily, we had payphones still at the time, so I call a friend, had him to come out and meet me behind some building and bring some clothes of his so I could get the heck out of there.
But the thing about payphones, they were still in public places. So your naked ass is standing in a glass box on the phone. How many people do you think saw you? Because, look, if you're naked at a phone booth, the last thing I'm going to do is bother you. But how many people do you think saw you?
Oh, I'd probably guess at least a good dozen. It was only about 9, 10 o'clock at night. It wasn't too late. It was It was crazy. All my friends still mess with me about it to this day.
Yeah.
Good times.
Yeah.
Well, did you ever get?
That's how I got the nickname Powder.
Now, was that your girlfriend, or was that somebody? Did you ever hook up again with her?
Yeah, it was my girlfriend for a couple more
right,
months,
okay.
but then I didn't risk it again really too much.
Well, now, you said you dated her for like another 9 months. So did you have to interact with her father, or did you always avoid him?
I always avoid it. We always met at friends' houses and stuff like that. I was not going back over there.
Why do you think you're so pale? Are you redheaded?
No, I'm just, I'm always inside all the time. I just don't tan, even though, like, most of my background's Italian. I'm just pale as hell.
I was going to say,
Italian
you
dude.
sound like you're from New Jersey. And
Yeah.
typically when you're from New Jersey, you have a darker complexion than most other people.
Right.
Even New Yorkers or anybody in the
I'm
area.
originally from New York.
But like Northern
St.
Italians
Albany.
aren't very dark.
No, they're not. No.
Oh, they're not?
No, not compared to this.
Nah,
So
the
you gotta
food's
think,
complete. Like
Well,
we,
not
for some reason,
compared.
we only think of like Southern Italy as like Italy.
think basically the
Yeah, I
Swiss
think my
Alps.
family's from, like, the Nepal area.
So when you go
Okay.
into northern Italy, you're basically like Swiss Miss, instant
Right.
cocoa land.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah. It's not what I pictured.
Yeah, white wine, potatoes.
What was the most memorable reason you were running? 206-803-ROCK.
When I was a kid, we went to Boston. We went to the North End, which is like their Italian,
Yeah.
Little Italy, and it just blew my mind. I was like, I've never had Italian food like this, and the waiter was just like, most Americans only think of like Southern Italy Italian food,
Right.
And
So
it's
what
like-
were you eating? You said like potatoes. And,
Oh, it's like chicken and white wine with potatoes. It was
Huh.
delicious.
All right. Yeah. Hello, Steve. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola, gentlemen.
Hola.
So way back in the late 1900s, when I was a much younger man, my buddies and I, once in a while, would gather up enough money to go get some alcohol. Maybe we'd find a homeless person that would buy us for it, or we'd find a convenience store that didn't really check our dues. So, anyways, we get this bottle of Malibu rum and some juice. A couple of my buddies may have had a little bit of like super dirt weed that we didn't know any better. Anyways, we're at this elementary school in the middle of the night. We found this little secluded area. Well, we thought it was a secluded area. And we're sitting there having a drink, having some fun, just hanging out. And out of nowhere, this older gentleman comes by. And this is like not a place where people would normally walk by. So we got really suspicious really fast. And he just walks by and goes, "What's up, guys?" We're like, "Hey, what's up?" And then, like, not 30 seconds later, we see this bright flashlight coming towards us, and we're like, "Oh snap! Let's haul ass out of here." So, the way the elementary school was worked out, one of us was split off, and he was on the swings or something. And I'm like, "Hey, somebody needs to go get him." So I go around the whole school, and I go tell him, "Run! We need to run! Somebody's here." And he jumps off, and we must have ran probably 1,500 yards across this field. I probably ran faster than Harry Styles ran that marathon, I tell you what. And then we ended up at my buddy's house. We all escaped somehow, but we had left the car behind. After about an hour or so, my buddy and we go back to get the car, and we were like, "Oh, let's go to some Taco Bell." And we go get Taco Bell, and we're leaving Taco Bell, and we're getting pulled over. I'm like, "Oh, my God." I thought for sure we were busted. The cops must have ran the plates or something like that. Cop pulls us over, and he's, like, looking at us real suspicious. He goes, "You guys all right?" And we're like, "Yeah, we're fine, bud. What's going on?" He goes, "You're driving without your headlights on." And I cannot tell you how relieved I was that he was like, "Turn your headlights on and get the hell out of here."
Damn, my bad.
Yeah, jeez, a whiz.
Cool, man.
What
yeah.
what was the most memorable reason that you were running? 206-803-ROCK.